Okay, so today we will be adding fractions. So first, let's start with finding addition number sentence to represent these fractions. Okay, so let's start with 6/8. We're going to find different ways that we can add and get a sum of 6/8. So we can use fraction circles, fraction bars, or number lines. So I'm going to start first with let's see. Let's start with a fraction bar. So a fraction bar, let's go ahead and draw a fraction bar, and we are going to break it up into 8 pieces. Once we break it up into 8 pieces, we are looking for, we're trying to make 6/8. So let's go ahead and label our fraction bar 1/8, 1/8 all the way down. And we're trying to find a sum, or we're trying to make an addition number sentence to equal to 6/8. So blank plus blank equals 6/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going up to here. So what we can do is we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going up to here. This is a total that we're looking for, 6/8. So now we're going to find an addition sentence, and we can break this up. You can break it up in different ways. So this is one way that I can find. So we can say 1, 2, 2/8 plus, well, how many more do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 4/8 equals 6/8. So this is 1/8. I mean, this is 2/8, sorry. This is 4/8. And then when we add them up, we get 6/8. Okay, so let's do another eighth, another model to represent 6/8. We can do the same fraction bar. So I'm going to draw another fraction bar. Okay, so here is my fraction bar with eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm going to shade in. We're still solving for 6/8. So I'm going to shade in up to here. And now we can find a different way to add two fractions to equal to 6/8. So we can combine. We can go with 3/8. So this one would be 3/8. And then, oh, I shaded in one too many, guys. Only up to here. 3/8 plus 3/8 equals 6/8. There's still another way. There's different several ways. I can also do 1/8 plus 5/8 equals 6/8. I can do it would be the same 4/8 plus 2/8. So these are different ways to find the sum of a fraction to equal to 6/8. Now let's go ahead and move on to 4/6. And let's use a fraction circle. So we can use a fraction circle. Okay, so we need, those are 6. We need 4/6. So I'm going to label them. I'm only going to label 4 of them. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so here I can shade in 1/6, and then I can shade in 3. So that problem, I can say that 1/6 plus 3/6 equals 4/6. Remember, again, your denominator stays the same. Let me drop another fraction circle, break it up into 6, and let's find a different way to get to the sum of 4 sixths. One, two, three, and 4 sixths. Okay, another way we can do this is shading in 3. Okay, delete that one. Shading in 2, not 3. 1, 2, and then 1. So this would be there. Sorry. So this would be 2 sixths plus 2 sixths equals 4 sixths. We can also do 1 sixth plus 1 sixth plus 1 sixth plus 1 sixth. That's using a sum of unit fractions. Okay, now let's do our last one, which is 8 tenths. So 8 tenths, let's draw a number line. So we're going from 0 to 1, and my fraction is 8 tenths. So I'm going to break up this number line into 10 pieces. Okay, so there I broke up my number line into 10 pieces. So this would be 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 over 10, 5 over 10, 6 over 10, 7 over 10, and 8 over 10. That's where I'm stopping, 8 over 10. So we can draw a fraction bar above it to help us. Okay, so whenever, again, remember what I said, whenever you have number lines, draw a fraction bar either above it or beneath it, and then use these lines that are given to you, the tick marks there, and make your fraction bar. This will help you when solving problems involving a number line. So, which are different, so we're looking for different ways to get to 8 tenths, right? So we can say that, and you can do any combination, guys, as long as it equals to 8 tenths. So I can shade in 5. So I would go 5 tenths plus, well, all I need to do is shade in all the way up to 8 tenths, and that'll give me my next fraction, which is 3 tenths. So 5 tenths plus 3 tenths equals 8 over 10. So I can also represent it as 4 tenths plus 4 tenths equals 8 over 10. 1 over 10 plus 7 over 10 equals 8 over 10. So there's different ways to represent fractions to equal to a sum, okay? Different ways of representing them. So here we used fraction bars, we used circles, and here we used number lines, but then we drew a fraction bar over our number line. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and work on fraction addition to page 1, and we are going to use these fraction bars to solve our problem. So we need to make sure you have something to shade in with. Okay, so we're going to shade in 1/4. So again, how many pieces make up this bar? 4. So I'm going to shade in 1/4 plus 2/4 equals, well, how many pieces do I have shaded? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put here 1/4 plus 2/4 equals 2, 3 over 4. So 1/4 plus 2/4 equals 3 over 4. 3 pieces are shaded, and it takes 4 pieces to make one whole. So your denominator doesn't change, it stays the same all the way through. Okay, so let's look at our next one. We need eighths. Now this problem has 1 and 3/8. Remember, what does this one represent? This one represents one whole. So we're going to shade in one whole fraction bar. And again, we're still adding, so we're just combining our numerators. Okay, so that's 1 whole and 3 over 8. 1, 2, 3 over 8 plus 2 over 8. So in my my third fraction bar. I'm going to shade in 2. And again, what is my denominator? My denominator is 8. And my denominator stays the same. So we know that our denominator is going to be 8. So let's go ahead and write 1 and 3/8 plus 2 over 8 equals, well, we have 1 whole. When I combine these two, I have 3, 4, 5. 1 and 5 over 8. So here I'm going to add my fraction pieces first. 3 plus 2 is 5 over 8. So I'm going to put 5 over 8 and 1 whole. Letter C, half plus half. I'm going to shade in half of my 1 piece out of 2. My denominator is 2 because it takes 2 pieces to make 1 whole. Again, over here, 1 over 2. So 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2 equals 2 over 2, or 1 whole. If I combine these two, I would have 1 whole fraction bar shaded. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and bring down your denominator. Your denominator does not change. Okay, so here we're going to shade in 3 out of 10. Your denominator is 10. 5 out of 10. So 310 plus 510 equals 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 10. So I can write 3 over 10 plus 5 over 10 equals 8 over 10. 1 and 3/12. This 1 represents 1 whole. I'm going to shade in 1 whole fraction bar. And then 3 out of 12. 1 whole fraction bar. And then 6 out of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we are going to add 1 and 3 over 12 plus 1 and 6 over 12. So we know that 6 plus 3 is 9. So we have 9 over 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 over 12, and 2 whole. So my answer is 2 whole and 9 over 12. Same thing here, 3 plus 6 is 9. My denominator stays the same as 12. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 and 9/12. Letter F, our denominator is 6. There are 6 pieces that make up 1 whole. 1 6 plus 3 6. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces in all. So 1 6 plus 3 6 equals 4 over 6. 1 plus 3 is 4. My denominator stays the same as 6. Okay, so letter G, it says write the fraction equation represented by the number line, then find the sum. So if we look at our number line, we need to find out how many pieces make up this whole. Between 0 and 1, how many pieces are there? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go ahead and label them 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, and 5 over 6. And then this one would be 6 over 6. So because it's a number line, I'm going to go ahead and draw a fraction bar over it and use the tick marks to make my fraction bar. My fraction bar. So my first one is, my first number in my equation, my first fraction is 3 over 6. So let's go ahead and write 3 over 6 plus our second number would be, because remember our sum is 5, 6, so we have to stop here. So how many pieces did I use? 1, 2. So 2 over 6, 3 over 6 plus 2 over 6 equals 5 over 6. Letter H, draw a number line to represent and solve the fraction equation. So if I look at my denominator is 8. So I'm going to draw a number line and break it up into 8 pieces. So here's my middle. So here's 2, 4, 6, 8. And I'm going to label them 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 7/8, and 8/8. So I'm going to now draw my fraction bar above my number line. Okay, and then my very first fraction is 3/8. So I'm going to go ahead and shade in 3 out of 8. 1, 2, 3. So it's right here. 3/8. So I know that when I do my arrows, I'm going to jump at 3/8 first. 3/8 plus 4/8. So now I'm going to shade in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4/8. So 3/8 plus 4/8 equals 2, 7/8. 3 plus 4 is 7. My denominator stays the same. Letter I, an artist mixed 1/4 pint of blue paint with 2/4 pint of red paint. How much paint did the artist mix? So here they're already giving you the strip diagram or a fraction bar. So let's go ahead and shade in. We're going to shade in 1/4 plus 2/4. So how much paint did he mix? Well, 1/4 plus 2/4 equals 3/4. So the artist mixed 3/4 paint. Okay, J, the number of each kind of tree planted in the park is represented below. Oak, pine, willow. Which expression can be used to find the fraction of the trees in the park that are pines or willow? So we are solving for, we want to find the fraction of pine, we want to find the fraction of willow. But first we need to find how many trees we have in all. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to find. How many trees we have in all. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we know that our denominator is going to be 18. Okay, so our denominator is 18 because there are 18 trees in all. So our denominator is 18. Well, how many pine trees do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7/18. 18. Willow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/18. And oak, I have 5/18, but we are not using oak. They're only asking us for pine and willow. So 7/18 plus 6/18. And the only one that has a denominator of 18 is F. So again, be very careful, boys and girls. It's only asking you for pine and willow, but you have to find the total amount of trees represented, okay, for your denominator.